like to welcome Danny Shain back to the show today. What have you been up to since we last talked?
I was trying to remember last time we talked. It's been like 4 or 5 months now.
Yeah.
Is that about right? Okay, so I was thinking, 4 or 5 months is a short period of time, and that's also kind of a long period of time. It depends on what your concept is, your context is. But in these 4 short months with music, been just really, really happy. Feel really blessed and excited with the things that we've been accomplishing since the last time we had a chance to sit down and chat via Skype all the way down to Amazon, Peru. I feel disconnected, but through the Skype and this sort of thing, I feel really, really connected. But some of the things that have been happening in the last few months that we talked that really got me excited is the support that I'm getting in the United States, principally in Nashville, Tennessee, right? I kind of figured just like anybody that's in the country business, in the country music business, if you don't have the stamp of approval folks in Nashville, nothing's really going to happen. And originally I was thinking about, country music in Spanish or mixed Spanish and English lyrics may not get a lot of support in Nashville, especially because I'm not Latino, right? And so it's probably confused people like, what the heck's that all about? Some white cowboy going to be singing in Spanish, and that doesn't work, But I've been really well received by folks in Nashville. It's given me a great deal of excitement, and in the sense that I feel like I'm on the right vein. We're seeing that this could work, right? So the people that really been helping there at B Radio Nashville, I know you're friends with those folks there. They give me a lot of airtime with the music that I'm doing, interviews there. They put me in contact with folks there in Nashville in the country music scene. Same kind of thing like you're helping me out with, Rich. I really, really appreciate, They have a top 40 every week on Tuesday night top 40. Just shortly after releasing my first 3 singles, B Radio picked up one of my songs, Two Good Friends, and it's been on there for the last 24 months now. So 6 months I've been riding that wave, and that hasn't been easy, because there's a couple thousand artists that are trying to get on that list, and I've been able to stay on that list for the last 24 months. Really makes me happy, super happy, and grateful, that people like what I'm trying to do. Aside from that, we're up to 28 radio stations now in 6 countries who are taking some of my music, not all of my themes. I got 6 compositions that are recorded now, and the 7th one is a Christmas song we recorded last year, and starting to plug out now. Here we are in the middle of the year, and people I know are starting looking for Christmas music. So I want to pump that song out this time too, so you can get some listener support. Just recently, last month, I had one of my biggest interviews with Print, with an agency out of the UK, in London. And the fella who interviewed me, I found him on the internet. I was doing a little bit of investigating, what's going on with this idea, this concept of country music in Spanish. There's a bit of a movement in the United States, but it's a bit of it stronger, I think, possibly in Mexico. And I came across an article. It was written by this fella named Adrian Hill. And so I wrote him and said, hey, I just thought you might find it interesting that, you got a white cowboy that's jumping into this ring too. And he got right back to me and says, that's really interesting. I've seen some Latinos do country music in English and Spanish, but I've never seen a white boy do that before. I said, heck, well, what do you think? He said, I'd like to interview. I said, great, let's do it.
That's awesome. A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really glad to have you back to the show. Have you performed in Nashville yet?
I have not, and it's been kind of tough for me because in the CMA Awards that they had just a couple weeks back, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of festivals that are going on. And one of the main independent thrusts for the shows that were going on, the pre-shows for the Country Fest, are organized by two people who really like my music and know me really well. And I was thinking, you know, if I was in Nashville, I would have been playing right now, no question asked, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, it just wasn't possible. You know, it's I can get up there myself, but bringing my band up there, it's complications. You know, it's a little costly, and then getting visas some time. It's like, you know, I just got to be patient. It's gonna work. You know.
Who wrote the song, the Two Good Friends, and is it making noise in Nashville yet?
Ah, that's a great question. Well, you know, I have to put this on camera because it's kind of fun. You know, when you and I were trying to get connected today, I had a lot of difficulties with my camera, and I couldn't find any thinner to clean my camera lens on my computer. But I did find one of my two good friends, Don Julio, which is tequila, and it cleaned my camera real nicely. Now that song, Two Good Friends, I wrote, and it's about my life as an American, non-Latino, and my experience with Latinos, which goes back a long way. And I decided to tell that story through two of my favorite drinks, Jack Daniel's whiskey and tequila. And so, my Jack Daniel's side is my cowboy side. You know, Jack Daniel's got the Harley, a little bit crude and rough. And every now and then you might get involved in brawl. I don't get involved in brawl anymore. I'm an old man, but I try to be peaceful. I try to get along with everybody anymore. You know, I got enough scars. You know, and the Don Julio talks about my Latino side, culturally. You know, my experience, which is a little bit more tranquil. Maybe I like to dance the salsa a little bit, which is true. And so, yeah, Nashville, that's the song that Nashville's picking up in particular. It's the only song in the top 40 independent movement that I've been involved in that has Spanish lyrics. And that tells me that both non-Latinos and Latinos are willing to accept country music with some mixed lyrics. Because this song, the lyric content, the verses are in English, and the chorus is in Spanish. Yeah.
Okay. How many cities do you tour each year, and how do you prepare for them?
I want to answer that question in about another 6 months. I can tell you, God, I've been traveling here and there and everywhere, but hasn't happened a lot yet.
Wow.
In this last 8 months, I've been concentrating more in recording. But we have done some traveling. We have done some traveling here regionally in Peru to get the name out a little bit, although Peru isn't really my market, my main market, because I got to focus on my primary markets, the United States and Mexico, but I still like to get around here, stretch out the legs of the band, get us some live time, right? The biggest event we've done occurred last March, which is the second largest country music festival in South America. That ironically happened here in Peru, which worked out pretty good for us, you know. So those folks cover the cost for us to bring the band down there and put us up really nice. We were there last year as unknowns. We came back this year as knowns, as the header, you know, the head of the show, you know, closed out Saturday night and had a fantastic show. You know, we got a couple of those videos up on my YouTube so people can get an idea what that looks like, you know. In February, I'm booked for another large show here in Peru, which is an international show along the beach line. Summertime occurs down here in February. It's right on the beach. There's about 10,000, 15,000 people who show up for that one. I'm really looking for that one. That would be a good time. You know, I'm going to spend a week out there, you know. That's going to be a party.
How many followers do you have right now?
You know, I don't know because I'm finally trying to work out these what do they call them? These networking, you know, these internet networking things, you know, the Facebook and Twitter. I just started with my Twitter 2 weeks ago, you know, and they got 114 people on there this morning, and I'm starting to see if I can make that grow. I don't know if it works or not, but I'm gonna give it a try because everyone's got it. Facebook, we're at 600. Started working that about 8 months ago, but I found out you got to be really careful about inviting people, because if you invite people that didn't invite you, they shut your account off, which I didn't like very much. So I don't do any inviting anymore. And with the the radio programs up in Nashville with the radio that's plugging that song "Keep Me On," I had no idea. They say sometimes there's like 30,000 people listening to the show on the top 40. How many of those folks are pulling for me? I have no idea. There's in Mexico as well. The guy hasn't given me solid numbers about how many people vote for me and that sort of thing. He just says you're way more popular than I ever dreamed you would be, and so. Since it's a national show, it's got to be more than one or two people. So, there's a fella up in Rhode Island. He just recently picked up my music. He's got a national syndicated show called America's Kick-Ass Country Music Radio. You probably know him, Bobby the Iceman.
Yeah.
Sound familiar? Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, he picked up my music and has been running that, and I've been nominated to be in their top 40 a week ago. So people are pulling for me. I just don't know what the numbers are like. I need a manager to start doing that stuff. You get a headache doing this stuff. I just want to concentrate on the music.
How can you tell the Latino people about your music, and are you getting a lot of feedback from the Latino people? You can do it in Spanish if you want.
I can talk Spanish right now. How probably I do that because people will never believe that I can speak it when they look at me, right? I mean, and you see me with a cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and big belt buckle on, they're like, no, that white boy don't speak Spanish. That's a lie. I feel like what was that guy, Neely Vanilli, or he did like, he pretended to sing and had someone else singing from the background. But yeah, my Spanish is pretty good. But, and it has to be, because what I'm trying to do is when I communicate with Latinos in particular, I want to meet them on their home game. The same field, right? Because I don't look Latino, and most people would never believe that I don't understand the Latino when they meet me, right? And so when we sit down and talk, or we talk over the internet, or I send emails out and my press releases, I write them myself. And then I have a manager who helps me with that, who's Peruvian, Pilar Guadalupe. She helps me a lot with that thing.
Well, thanks for being on the show today. I really enjoyed talking to you again.
My pleasure, Rich. Gosh dang, I was surprised when you invited me back. It's like, dang. I'm really, really happy. I can't tell you enough. It's folks like you that I am just so indebted to. And I really, truly, hope that I get the chance to meet you in person so I can buy you a few rounds and thank you properly,
Yeah, maybe we could see each other at CMA Fest one year or something.
That would be awesome. That would be so awesome. Oh my God. Well, thank you again. All the best to you and to your family.
Okay, thank you.